Hello my lovelies and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am not at home and I'm doing a little bit of traveling for work, but nonetheless the videos are coming and we are here. Earlier this week I was thinking about my transition and sort of like how far I've come. I've been on hormones for almost 7 years now. In fact, it might be 7. I need to do a whole video on this. But I was thinking about when I was coming out and trying to sort of figure out the things, how difficult it was to navigate my transition because there was very little, I guess, information that I could access around it. So today I thought I'd share with you what my experience has been going on hormones and what you can expect when you first start going on hormones. This is obviously for people who are wanting to, I guess, feminize and not masculinize. Is that how you say it? Masculinizing? Getting masculine. Yeah, not that. So this is for those of you who are thinking about going on estrogen in terms of feminization for your body, and so we'll talk a little bit about what I guess that looks like. So when I first went on hormones, I was on the pills and I was taking 2 different medications. The first was the estrogen, which comes in like small little blue pills, and the other one was an androgen blocker. So that's the thing that's sort of, I guess, blocking your testosterone. Why can't I say the words today? So the blockers are to block the masculinizing effects of testosterone in your body, and the estrogen obviously to up your E levels in your body, which will produce feminizing effects. One of the first things that I sort of remember when going on hormones around the 6 to 8 week mark was that I started feeling a sort of shift in my brain space and how I was thinking and how I was experiencing stuff before going on hormones. And I don't know how to sort of frame this, but my experience had been that I had experienced the world very head first, so very organized, very logically, very structured way before I processed things on a sort of emotional, personal kind of level. And after being on hormones for a little bit, that started to shift. All of a sudden I started processing things on a very emotional level first, and that was really, really weird for me. I remember going to dinner with my dad and then suddenly feeling like a rush of emotion, which was something that I never, I guess, experienced in that kind of way, just like out of nowhere. And I suppose that's a sign of, like, you know, because your hormones are all over the place and you're trying to level out, that one of the sort of knock-on effects of that is that you're a little bit more emotional, a little bit more moody. But it's a little bit deeper than that for me. It completely changed the lens through which I saw and experienced the world. So that might be something that might happen to you around the sort of 6 to 8 week mark. The other sort of major change after about 2 to 6 months is that I felt my skin starting to get a little softer. There was a change in the sort of texture of my skin where before it was like really like rough. Okay, maybe rough is a bit of a strong word, but it definitely became a lot like smoother to the touch, a lot softer, a lot more feminine. And for me, that was huge. There was something about feeling my skin and feeling my body that felt incredibly feminine and therefore felt incredibly affirming. So one of the things that you are likely to experience if you are on a blocker and you are on estrogen, if you're starting hormone replacement therapy, is that you might find that your skin starts becoming a little softer, a little bit more femme. Like, I just wanted to take like baths all the time because like I felt so great. Like I just wanted to like touch my skin and it felt amazing. Now the big thing that everybody wants to know and is often the focus of feminization is breast growth. I was very lucky that I had a really, really good response to my hormone regimen, and I think a few months in I started feeling, I guess, like a sort of like tingling feeling that's sort of just behind like the nipple area, and I guess this little sort of lump thing started appearing, and you know your boobs like get like itchy and they start to ache like a little bit, and that's the growing pains. I cannot tell you how excited I was when that started happening because I was like, oh my god, I am finally going to get boobs, because I think that's something that I always wanted, and that for me was a very sort of strong focal point for me and my feminization. The level of growth that I got from the pills and the blockers were, I guess, relatively good. My body responded really well to it. And I think after being on hormones for about 4-ish years, I think my growth sort of like tapered off a little bit and sort of started to level out. And then I switched to the injection. Now, as opposed to the pills, which you take sort of every day, the injection is something that I then started doing once a week, and it's a more sort of bioidentical form of estrogen. And when I started the injection, suddenly my breast growth, I think, just like skyrocketed. Like, it just did the most incredible things for me. So I've been on the pills for 4 years, the injection for 3 years, for a total of 7 years on hormones. And this is the sort of result. I guess I'm not wearing a bra at all. This is sort of my natural shape and my natural growth. I've had no work done. So I've had a sort of really, really great, I guess, response. My body just like loves the E. Yeah, I actually think I might be like a C cup, maybe. I do have to say this, that everybody's body is going to respond differently to the hormones, particularly in relation to breast growth. And this is depending on, you know, a multiple of factors. What kind of body type you have, like how big, how muscular you are, how much fat your body tends to hold on. So there are a number of variables that is going to determine, I guess, how your body is going to respond to it. Before we go any further, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, who is Gender Dynamics. Gender Dynamics was the first organization to register in Africa that focuses solely on transgender and gender diverse people and their rights. They've been doing incredible work here in South Africa. They made it possible for people like me to amend their gender marker. They also have a very strong focus on access to healthcare and mental wellness support. And they, in fact, are the place that I went to when I was sort of trying to figure out things and when I wanted to get onto hormones. I've been working really closely with them over a number of years, and now Gender Dynamics needs your help with their Rainbow Initiative. They are raising funds to support the transgender community here in South Africa with a number of economic and social difficulties that they are facing. Things like homelessness, food support, shelter, and access to healthcare and mental wellness support. So head to the link in the description of this video to make a donation and help support them who help and support us. Thank you so much, Gender Dynamics, for sponsoring this video. More tea, madam. One of the things that you can also expect, and this is on, I guess, a bit of a longer timeline, so measured in, I guess, years rather than weeks or months, is that your body will slowly start shifting its distribution of fat around your body. Now, traditionally, people who have, I guess, predominantly testosterone in their body, I guess, hold on to fat in their sort of midsection, whereas people who have, I guess, a higher level of estrogen in their body, who are more on the sort of femme spectrum like that, tend to carry more of their weight in their sort of hips and in their arms. Like, can you see this? And on a long enough timeline, your body's gonna slowly start to redistribute where the fat sort of like accumulates on your body. Again, for me, I'm having a really good response to the sort of hormone treatment that I'm on, and I've seen a little bit of like sort of redistribution and some more weight like holding itself like in my thighs and in my butt. Like, my ass is pretty big right now. And then it also moved into my sort of like arms, so I'm holding on to things here. And so this is part of, I guess, of a natural femme shape, and I've been really, really happy with the results that I've gotten. Mostly, yeah. Again, on a long timeline measured over years, I've also lost quite a bit of, I guess, muscle mass and strength. So I've been trying to actively go to the gym and build muscle and lift heavy weights so that I guess I can maintain my muscle tone. Additionally, you may also experience a thinning or loss of hair over parts of your body. If you have facial hair, that's not going away. So that's something that you'd have to either get electrolysis for or laser, because once the hair starts growing there, it won't go away. I had a very hairy chest before going on hormones, and now all of the hair here is completely gone. The hair on my arms as well, I also used to be like super thick, but I don't know if you can see this, but it's sort of like thinned out over time, and it's also really great. Okay, my lovelies, I hope you found this helpful in some kind of way. If you've got more questions that I didn't answer in this video, go ahead and drop them in the comments of this video, and I will do my best to answer them. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below and join our little community here on YouTube, and you'll be in the loop for when we upload more videos. I'll see all of you in the next one. Ciao. Yeah, my boobs really have grown quite a bit. Like, that's pretty hectic. I love my boobs.